Howdy, friends and floor heads. It is Thursday night, which means it's time to play some Forbidden Lands. We were looking at the calendar, and it's been 34 days since we played last. It's been way, way too long. So I have been very excited about it. And I say we just get started. So when we left, the four of you had left Amber's Peak. You were headed northwest, following a map that Aldrich had picked up from a friend. Came across an ogre. First time I think any of you have ever seen one. Luckily, both Sten and Osric made short time with the ogre. The ogre was carrying a sack, and inside it you met someone who was dressed like a Rust brother. And Vasila sat on his stomach, on his chest. And just as you were about to continue the interrogation, you heard a voice that came up by the horizon, up from the hills, away from the mountains and the foothills there where you are. And there stood four men. Two men dressed like Rust brothers. Another man who looks to be also potentially dressed like a Rust brother, but a head taller than everybody else. And then an old friend of Aldrich's, Heartscar from the first retreat. And we closed with Heartscar saying, "I found him and I found them." So we see Heartscar immediately reach behind to grab his axe. And as he brings his axe around, you can see him starting to move towards you guys. He's a good 150 yards away. And immediately, one of the men puts his hand out in front of him and blocks him from walking.
Oh, is that when the demon this time?
Friends. Let our brother come up.
I'll shift off of his chest directly.
Was he even fit to walk? It seemed like he was pretty beat up.
Yeah, he's pretty beat up, but he has not walked yet. And we see the gentleman that was laying on the stone kind of look to almost like looking for permission to get up.
If you really want to go back to him, you can. Don't know as I'd recommend it. But it's your choice.
He slowly slides himself off the rock. And he lands on his feet, and immediately his knees buckle under his own weight. But he catches himself, begins to stand, and then slowly starts to limp, going around the body of this huge slaughtered ogre, headed up that way.
How is Heartscar reacting to sort of being pulled back on a leash?
Hard to say exactly.
I mean, he's far away.
Yeah, but he seems anxious and animated. But he has not in any way defied the order of that was given, physically given to him.
Mm-hmm.
So as our found friend slowly starts to work his way towards the group, the man that stopped Heartscar says, "It's my understanding you have a key that does not belong to you." Who speaks for the group?
We are all equals, you'll find.
The guy that's about a foot taller or a head taller than everybody, he puts on a metal helmet.
Is he the one that was doing the talking, or is he the other one?
Now, the one doing the talking is a bit of an older gentleman. You don't know what it opens. You don't know what it's for.
I don't even know what key you're talking about. We don't have a key. Like a little metal thing that you just put in a door and turn it, unlocks
What a
it.
key
that thing?
usually is, yes.
Heartscar
That's-
screams, "You are liars! You used it! You used it to kill the other brother!"
That was a sword that was used for that.
And that was a demon that was killed.
Yeah. Also
you'll
notably
remember.
a demon. Yeah.
We're not interested in discussing this. You have the
Cool.
scepter.
We'll leave.
Leave the scepter on the stone,
So is it a key or a scepter you're looking for?
and we will no longer track you.
Now they're tracking us.
You say that like we'd be worried about you tracking us. Last time we ran into you, Heartscar up there ran screaming.
Friends, there's no reason for it to go this direction.
We're not doing anything. You're the one that's tracking us. So if you don't want to go this direction, I suggest you go that direction.
All evidence we have implies that your type consorts with demons. Why would we
seem to-
hand these tools to you?
You seem to think that I'm here to discuss things with you.
You seem to think we're willing to discuss.
You have 2 minutes. Discuss it. And if we see the scepter put on the stone, you could be on your way.
How fast do you think the dragon will get here, Stan? 2 minutes?
I don't know. How far away did you say these guys were?
They're about 150 yards away.
Okay.
It's pretty far.
Don't mind
How's,
me.
how's the wind?
Don't mind me. Just looking at some things.
just looking at how far a longbow can fling an arrow. Is that what's going on there?
Well, I
I
mean,
don't suppose you've heard of Amber's Peak, have you? Is that where you're from?
Are you saying that so they can hear you, Dave?
Yeah.
We're familiar with Amber's Peak.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been there recently? Like last day or two?
No.
a bit different now.
Do you consort with him?
With Zygafer?
Zertome. son.
Zertome.
Not
the son.
hardly.
No, he's not. Wouldn't say he's our best friend, no.
Did give him the scepter though.
What I missed what you said, Nate.
Oh,
said
no.
I did give him the scepter though.
And Stead
He's
just kind of
very
turns
interesting.
and gives you this look.
I look back. He seemed very interested in it and paid good gold for it. You want it? Go take it up with him.
They start walking towards you guys.
Okay.
And he says, I sense it on you, and you take us for fools.
Well, evidence
Can't
we
win
have.
all.
Yes.
It was a really clever thought, though, man. I almost worked.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good. Move.
So
we
Greg,
are
let me-
blocking Heart Scar, is no longer blocking it.
Mhm.
The tall Rust brother in the metal helmet, as well as the two other Rust brothers. So the four are on their way. We see the one that's been walking, kind of like starts to veer off to the right. Kind of get out of
Oh God,
everybody's way.
I don't want to be in the middle of this. So yeah, let me know when they
no.
get within long range.
No good deed, they say. No good deed.
All right, let's do a shot from Sten. They're within long range, and then we'll do initiative.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Who are we aiming at, sir?
Oh, I think we're aiming at Mouthy Man,
Okay.
one who's been doing most of the talking.
It's an interesting choice.
Longbow.
Time to do violence.
I do have sharpshooter. I don't have long range shot yet. So is that -1?
Correct.
Okay, so that'll cancel out sharpshooter. And I'm gonna roll some dice. Meh. I'm
Right,
I'm
how'd
not
we
going to
do?
push it. It's 1 damage or one success.
All right, let's give him an opportunity to dodge it. I don't know why Founder's giving me a heck of a time here.
Every time that arrow die, I'm like, oh, an artifact die.
I know, I think the same thing.
Then scroll it up, and it's like, oh wait, that's just the arrow
Oh,
die.
yeah.
All right, so combat, he is going to attempt to dodge. Which he does. So
Okay.
the arrow comes flying, Sten,
Mhm.
and you see him kind of watch the arrow
Mhm.
and not moving quickly, just leans off a
Mhm.
little bit, and the arrow goes
Okay.
right past him. All right, let's do some quick initiative.
Okay.
Give me just a moment.
I hope that's all right with you. I sort of assumed this was getting into a fighty type situation.
No, it
think you
really
started
does
it.
seem that way.
All right, so I got do. I've got.
Just keep adding guys to that initiative.
Hold on.
You don't need to roll anymore.
What
I
is
got
my
the same
wits?
guy twice.
High.
There we
My
go.
wits is high.
You,
I think that guy
you.
knows magic.
and then everybody's favorite. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
just rolling d10s
And so
for this, or have
there's
we
one
gotten
more
to-
guy,
Yeah, we're
right?
yeah, well,
There's the guy walking.
There's the wounded one.
I'm not putting him in the order.
I feel like he's a non-combatant unless
Yeah.
we make it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. All right. So I need Sten, did you roll?
I did. I got a 9.
I'm so frustrated. Why doesn't it show it?
Yeah, mine doesn't show either, but the 7 and 8 show.
All right, so you
That's
got it.
weird.
All right, I'm gonna roll it, and I'll roll Vasila's as well. All right. Yours didn't show, you said?
Now I see all 4 of ours. I was a 1 originally.
Okay.
And Sten was in there.
And update combatant. Initiative value 1. There we go. All right. I think I have everybody set. Let's quickly do everybody else. All right, Vasila. Everybody is at long range right now.
So we can trade around order, yeah?
You sure can.
I think that the longbowman who has entered negotiations quite fiercely should probably take first.
Yeah, because
All
we're probably not close enough for the war cry to do anything yet for anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm actually kind of low on
Willpower.
willpower because I
Willpower.
blew it all against the demon. That didn't matter.
I mean, that's fair. That was a rough night.
Same. I
All
feel
right, so
that.
I'm going to put
I don't
Sten
have
at
as much as
1.
other-
Anybody else want to do some switching? So that puts Sten first, then two brothers, and then Heartscar.
That should be fine.
Sure.
The bands are long.
Yeah, it's like
Short,
long, short,
near.
near arm's length.
Arm's length. No, I
All
guess
right,
I
Sten, you
don't
want
know.
to take
Super Grover
take another
doing
shot?
arm's length.
I want to take 2 because that's how I roll.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So, Obo, I clicked on you. Why are you no longer doing a thing?
You confused it.
No, I did it on gear rather than on combat. All right, cool. So that offsets that. So I'm just rolling dice. Oh, that cost me a perfectly good arrow. And still only 1 success, so I'm not going to push it.
Not going to push it. All right,
Nah.
same target, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy, my foundry is struggling. This is super exciting for everybody.
Like the arrow flies through the air, it gets stuck in the
It's
frame.
so dramatic,
like-
right? It's this long, slow review of the arrow.
All right. So I'm going to quickly try to reopen it.
Alrighty.
If we were good at cutting scenes together, it'd be like Sten having a monologue with a heart scar, or
Our arrow will block out the sun.
It's a real big arrow.
He can fire like 2 or 3 of them. He can get it.
Exactly.
You know.
the sun
Get
is
enough.
very
He's very,
small.
he's very,
All right.
very skillfully weaves them together.
All right, we are back. All right, so now let's go ahead and we're going to attempt to dodge it.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Not this time.
Which we do not. So we're going to take 1 damage, right?
Yeah. Not that exciting, but 1 damage is better than none damage.
Yeah, I don't know why my Chrome is struggling. It's going through periods of not responding for some reason.
Huh.
But I will take that damage. Who's next on the order?
Well, I get a second shot, so if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and do
Nope. Let's go ahead and take that shot.
that. All right. Come on.
FYI, Craig, dodge is a fast action, which you almost certainly know. But you fall prone unless you chose to take a -2 penalty to your dodge.
Ah,
Or there's
good
like
to
feats
know.
I feel like we've been
modify it,
ignoring
obviously.
the
Almost
penalty for not
certainly.
going prone.
Yep. Good to know.
Yeah, being held as my primary defensive plan, I've read these.
know it well.
rules.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready for the
rules.
second roll.
All right, cool.
Ooh.
A
Oh,
little bit better. A little bit
Much,
better.
much better.
Another
I'm running
arrow
low
gone
on
now.
arrows, but yeah. But yeah,
So
no,
what
it's
is
gonna
going to
be short
happen
if,
here
Mhm.
is someone is going to attempt to parry that.
Parry an arrow. What is he, a monk? Don't answer that.
No, someone has defender and is going to attempt to parry it for him.
Yeah, okay.
So the guy in the metal helmet,
hmm
the first arrow comes up. Looking at that, the second arrow comes up and he throws his shield up, blocking just one of them. So in the process of doing that, he actually blocks the arrow, but
Mhm.
knocks our friend down, right? So that's where he's
Okay.
going to take the damage.
He like clocks his buddy. as he,
Yeah,
like,
essentially.
stops the arrow.
Get
I'm
down.
helping.
Ow.
I mean, it's better
You
than
know,
an
I've been
arrow,
thinking
to be
about a
honest.
shield.
Well, I have this
Yeah.
crappy broken one here. If you can fix it, it's yours.
Say we had a pretty cool one.
It's supposed to be pretty cool. Never
All
did
right.
anything good for me.
Okay, so next up, we have our first brother. He is going to go ahead and use both actions to move within what is it? It's short distance. Same with the next one. Same with Heartscar. That puts you, Aldrich. You've got all but one of them in short distance.
Okay. And there was a guy with a helmet and a shield.
Correct.
There's him and there's Heartscar.
Yep. Close to you,
Is-
you have Hearts, and near to you, you have the guy with the helmet with the shield. You have Heartscar, and the brother that's not been knocked down. Back further is the one that has been knocked down.
All right. Well, might as well, do the thing early.
I'm gonna take a step away from Aldrich.
No, this one doesn't mishap, so we're fine. So I'm gonna basically Aldrich puts the lantern down that he was holding, and then pulls out the scepter and is like, "All right, here we go." Boom!
Is
And I
this what
think
you
I'm gonna-
wanted?
I'm gonna aim the earthquake at the guy with the helmet.
Okay.
So this is power level of D6 plus 2.
Yep.
Roll a little D6. So this will be 6 damage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just 6 damage to the face.
And remind me, there's no mishap, no nothing. It's just
Yeah, I don't spend willpower; it just goes off. No willpower. I guess I do have to roll it probably. Let's see, D12 artifact died manipulation. No, This counts like an earthquake spell of a power level of D6 plus 2. No willpower are required for this effect. Okay, so I do still need to roll it, I think. Or is it just... Oh, no, it is just power level of
Yeah,
6
it
in that
defines the
case.
power level.
Yeah.
And apparently
Okay,
doesn't spend
So
it, yeah.
nothing to roll is 6 damage, right?
Yep.
All right. Oh my god.
But you
Found
do
it.
have to roll for a mishap because it counts like a spell.
No. Because I don't roll my power dice. I just roll the D6 and
Got
add
it.
2, and that's my power level for the earthquake off the scepter.
All right. Its
Woo!
payment is that
That's
it
a
sucks your
lot
body
of,
out all the
gear dice.
time.
Homie's got
Yeah,
some armor.
sure is.
All right, so
Sure
he's
is.
gonna take 2
Roll.
damage.
Woof.
So
That
you
is,
do this, boom, you crack it down, and we see the earth open, right? We see the shaking, the reverberation, the waves of energy come off of it,
Mhm.
and it comes directly at your target, and he puts his shield up to try to protect himself, and you bowl him over. So that was a success. After Aldrich,
Is
you
that
got
me? Am I next?
Ostrich.
I think it's Osric.
That's you, Ostrich.
And they are near or
They
not
are.
yet near. What a mess. There are so many. Okay. So there's order guy is the guy in the back. There's anonymous,
Your
Yeah,
shieldy
so
boy
not
who's
yet
knocked
distinguished
down.
brother. There's shield
you got,
brother.
You got helmet guy, right, with the shield, the tall brother that's a head
Uh-huh.
taller than everybody else.
Uh-huh.
He's called an Iron Guard. You've got a brother who we've not heard spoken about, hasn't said anything
Uh-huh.
or done anything yet. We've got who appears to be the leader, who's knocked down and has not moved
Has
yet.
not gone yet.
Yep. And then
And then
you've
we've
got
got Heartscar.
Heartscar, who has now gone from walking to running towards you guys with his axe.
There's too many choices, Craig. I think that Osric is going to charge Heartscar.
Okay.
I would expect no less.
Yes, do it.
That's the deal. Yeah. He's going to melee charge, use melee charge, which allows him to use his action to move from near to arm's length and also slash in the same action.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
So you have Rustbite out, still dripping with the blood of this ogre, and you just lock eyes with
That's right.
Heartscar.
As he comes running to me, I think I'm gonna just run right back at him and just give that Osric, holler. Ah! And he's just gonna head right at him.
All right.
The war cry.
And I've got melee charge and sword fighter, which add dice. And I don't think I have anything that gives a negative at this point.
He's not a demon, so you
He
don't
is
get
not a
that from
demon.
Rustbite.
No.
Damn.
Woo.
4 successes for 5 damage.
I think I'm good there.
Who needs a demon?
Oh my goodness.
Gonna hold that.
Gronk.
Wow. Yeah. He is going to no, I think he's going to have to do it this way. He's going to just use his armor. He's not going to use his shield. All right, so that takes it down. So he's going to take 3 damage.
All that armor.
Woo.
So much armor these guys are wearing.
It's
So
kind of
scary.
ridiculous.
So scary.
So you come charging at him, Osric. Blade up, charging at him, and he is not flinching. He is completely. He was running like generally towards you, but as soon as you start his charge, he can just adjust slightly, and we just see the two of you running across these plains right directly at each other. Your sword comes down. He's semi blocks with his shield, semi kind of has his axe up there, and Rustbite just cuts through all of his defenses and comes right onto his shoulder. And though you can tell that you have definitely injured him, you don't see any drawn blood, but I'm going to have it just knock him down immediately. So imagine the bulls hitting, and one of you was going to give, and it was Heartscar, and he falls back on there. He still has his shield. He still has his axe with him. Vasilla.
All right, I'm gonna hop down off the altar, run over to Aldrich. What's the scepter even look like?
So it looks like kind of like a shepherd's crook. I think I can throw it up and you can see it. Let me double check. Gear. Can I post that in chat and make it visible?
Just
Yeah,
Oh, there you
little
go.
picture at
There's
the
the
top,
art up
yeah.
there.
There you go.
Like a flail.
appearance.
Yeah, it's got like 3 little chain things on it. It's a little short kind of scepter thingy.
Okay, so I'm going to grab it and be like, I'll return it to its owner, and then like I'm gonna run behind the like stones and try to get lost.
Oh, do you
If
do you
you'll-
take it from me?
I mean, if you'll let me have it, or
Yeah, okay.
if,
Yeah, sure.
or if we haven't planned it far enough ahead, but now I have, and we were 100% making a fake so that I can switch it for your real one in the future. But I'm gonna grab it and just like
Sure, yeah,
butt
I'll-
behind like the stones and just be like,
Yeah, and Vasilla, if you want to head back towards, I mean, these are mountainous foothills, right?
Yeah.
So you can get lost in the crags and the rocks that are just off to the west of where you are.
yep, I'm gonna do that.
All right, done. Our leader stands up and then moves towards us. That brings us back to the top, Sten.
So,
Or
So
do we want to swap at the top of the order?
We
well,
can.
let me just describe one thing to you, because Sten is reasonably pleased with his shot. He reaches back for his quiver, and
Oh,
he
no.
reaches and he
Oh,
reaches,
no.
and he's just, oh shit!
Is that your
and
last arrow?
It was, in fact, my last arrow.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the D6.
Neither
roll.
did I.
Oh no!
no. Oh,
So,
this
You
is a
really
twist.
didn't get
yeah,
any
this
extras
is not
from the
my
horse
favorite
lords.
way to do
Jesus.
combat. So basically, what Sten is going to do is just kind of scramble over to the ogre and see if he can recover any arrows from it that are vaguely straight.
Oh,
So Sten
no.
should maybe not go first this round, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I
just-
think we need to let Osric go.
So just so you know mechanically how this works, and in this case, this changes what you do, Brian. Is
Mhm.
The resource die kind of encompasses everything, right? So like
Okay.
it assumes like if you didn't lose a die that you were able to pick
Mhm.
up the arrows. You're in a situation now where there's no viable arrows. So
Okay.
going over to the ogre,
You
all
will not find it.
Right. And
Your arrows are
I'm
done.
assuming none of you guys carry any arrows because
I have none.
That is not a thing that I carry.
Cool. Great.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no.
Fun
any of them
Consider
have
times.
grabbing
bows?
some, but
Well, put me last. I'll think of something.
okay.
Do any of them have bows?
There's no bows visible. So do you want to switch place with Osric?
Sure, that's fine.
Oh, that's now you're just gonna put me right on the spot and make me go first, huh?
Well, you can at least do something productive.
That's true. I got a plan.
All right,
Yeah,
so let's
wait
go
to
with
see it.
Osric.
It involves stabbing that dude who now is now on the ground in front of me. And I think he's gonna look at him and he's gonna say, "You should have kept running," and then he's gonna take a stab
oh
at him.
damn.
Nice.
You get a plus one die because he's prone.
Because he's prone. Is that a thing?
Stabby,
And that
stabby.
adds as a melee die.
As a skill die.
Yeah, a melee die, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strong.
keeps popping up.
Strong.
Oh,
I may not
Oh,
need any arrows at this rate.
That's,
poor
a-
heart scar.
that's
to have a
another
real
8,
hard
huh?
scar.
Woo.
Living up to his name, yeah.
I'm not even gonna roll for him. So he's on his back. He's got his shield. He's got his sword. You have just locked two bulls running at each other. You boom, and the Heart Scar just falls onto his back, and you can see the stunned look on his face. This is not how this played out in his head for the last 3
He had
days.
visualized
Right.
this moment.
This is
He had a
not how he
plan.
thought this was going to go, and you can see the anger that was in his face as he was running towards you is now fear as you stand above him. Something that we have not been doing is coup de grace. So in this case, you are going to take him out. So I want to know how you take him out, but you also need to let me know whether you're going to kill him. So first, what happens is you're standing over him that is going to render him out.
I think like he literally like flips the sword and just like gives him a good like thunk right down into him. And it's just
And
like,
let's have it pin him right into his chest, right? So you now pinned him to the ground. You can see his hands release on the axe as it falls out of his hands, and you can see his eyes start to close.
and I
Or
don't
were you
think
saying
I
you were-
want to coup de grace him. Not that murderous yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other people who still need attention.
murdering.
Yeah. I ain't got time to murder the guy that's already down. I got time. I gotta kill the
That's right,
guy
I
that's
got-
still standing
I
first.
don't have time for that. I gotta make sure that everybody else is still okay.
So seeing that, obviously garners a reaction from all of them. And one of the brothers immediately takes the staff that he's been running with and immediately goes to swing on you.
I don't care for that plan. I'm going to try to parry that.
Okay.
Do it. Do it. Get him.
If I can find how to do that. There it is.
This should be in combat.
Do I get a sword fighter on a parry?
I think
Don't know. I don't.
I'm going to look
think
real
so.
quick.
Yeah, take a quick look. Just send it to chat. Go to it and click on chat.
You're
Sword
send it to
fighter is
chat.
one of the.
Sword fighter. Rank 2. You can.
Attack and parry rolls are modified. by
Oh,
plus
there you
one.
go.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
This one melee and parry. Very nice.
So I can tick the sword fighter button. And I can attempt to deflect this gentleman's.
So you've got your sword rust bite pinned into this guy's shoulder. We see one of the Rust brothers with his staff. He comes and is just trying to like baseball bat you with that staff. And how do you parry it?
So I'm imagining that this Rust brother with the staff, who's not the big Rust brother, right? He's not the big
Correct.
sword shield guy. That he's not like Osric sized, and so I imagine that I actually take one hand off the sword and I actually just kind of bat his staff away as he swings at me to parry this item. It's just like really, and just give him that glare.
All right. As that's happening, you now have a long sword coming from the tall guy.
Wow, I'm
shield
just
guy.
fine. I'm gonna free parry that one.
You got a free parry. Let's go ahead and do it. So he swings
God,
at
you're
you.
so badass.
So your one arm blocks the staff, and then you pull Rustbite out and attempt to parry the
And I'm
long
gonna
sword as it
attempt-
comes in.
To do that as well.
I feel as you're playing home game, it's good to have a fighter in the group. All right, now you've got armor, right?
I do now have armor.
Okay,
Can
so
you
go
push
over
parry
to
rolls?
armor and click. Don't click on the particular armor. Click the armor at the very top
I
where
see
it says armor.
that.
So right now you are set to take 2 damage.
Oh. And I have to
Right.
assign that to something, correct?
I think it normally just goes to strength. Yeah.
Well, no, because it goes like I take
That'd
the
be a
damage
gear.
to strength
Your damage.
Yeah, but he also his
Oh,
armor
whoa,
has
whoa,
to
whoa,
take
whoa,
2
whoa,
damage.
whoa,
because
right,
I
right,
got a
right.
bane on my armor and also did not block the damage.
Yeah,
The
I'm
armor
missing
takes a
now.
point as well.
Yeah.
So
All right, where does that put your strength?
My strength goes down to 4, right? It's only it's 2, so it goes down to 3,
Okay.
and I will take a point from my studded leather. I'm trying to figure out
So-
how to.
I'm imagining the
Like-
pair as you go to parry, the strength of his blow, you're able to deflect some of it, but it slides off the blade and he hits you and gets you really good
Right.
on the arm, tears into the leather armor, and we just start to see the blood coming down. That puts us at Aldrich.
Jim, if you hit edit item by the item you're trying to hit, and then
Yeah,
they'll
it'll
have
let you
bubbles to
check it
click
off.
on.
In the armor section, I can like bump it down to 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not what I meant to do. That did not do what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
I
a
see. That's
little
clicking on
rating
the armor.
thing
I got to
up.
go to gear to do it. Is what you're
Yeah.
probably telling me.
All right. Yeah. So let's see. We
There
still
we go.
got
are
staff
so
guy
smart.
and sword and shield guy and
Yeah,
guy
and
on the ground.
Aldrich, you have now handed off like a baton, handed off the staff to Vasilla, who's now running towards the mountains. Sten is looking for arrows and not finding them. Osric is just
Oh my
slicing
gosh.
and dicing. He's taken Heartscar out with his bare hands, was able to dodge and parry off the staff, but you've now seen him get hit by this guy who's a head taller than even Osric.
Osric is the John Wick of swordplay.
Oh man. I guess I've got tricks. I might as well use them. Might as well use my willpower. So that's arm's length. I'd have to get close for that. Yeah, let's do this one instead. I'm going to. Aldrich reaches out a hand, Darth Vader style, and starts to pull the air out of the lungs of the armored guy, out of his very lungs. I'm going to use suffocate.
Okay, what power level?
1, and I'm going to do a safe cast. So I basically don't roll anything. Just goes off. So he's going to take 1 damage with no armor.
Ooh, a safe cast. I feel a little safer.
So as you reach up, Aldrich,
Oh.
to do that,
Oh.
and you start to feel the power pull in, the one brother who has not said anything immediately reacts, puts his hand out, and for the first time, as you've been harnessing all of this power, for the first time, you feel it come back towards you. You feel it pull back into your hand, almost reverse from it. It doesn't hurt you, but you realize that there's now a force coming from this guy that stopped you from controlling the air the way that you anticipated.
And that was the guy who felt the guy on the ground.
No, this is the one with the
Stick boy.
staff.
Ah, the staff. Okay. I just kind of like look at my hand and look back up to him and just like,
Then
Sten is very unhappy, but he's also not
More so
gonna-
than normal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
He's
different
not gonna-
kind of unhappy Sten.
Yeah, he's not going to let Osric do all the work. So he is actually going to pull out his knife and start sort of cautiously moving his way up towards the fight, hoping for an opportunity to basically like make an attack when somebody is not paying attention, because he is in no way a duelist.
yeah, you could definitely attack the staff guy if you want, because he is definitely focused on Aldrich.
Then I will do that thing.
All right, let's do it.
Since he's a wizard or of some sort, and I don't like that, I think also because I'm absolutely terrible at melee, I think I'm going to visualize this attack as though I was shooting a bow at him,
Interesting.
and I'm going to use my human versatility talent to make this a marksmanship test.
Excellent. I'm totally good with that. Go ahead and spend the willpower.
Yep, it is done. So let's see.
Precision
There is
strike.
that. There is
So
that.
just remember how many dice you need to add, the difference between your marksmanship and your melee.
Right. So it's basically I'm doing it as if it were a knife attack, but adding this skill difference.
Exactly.
Wait, is that right? Or does it use the agility attribute as well? Does he just click marksmanship?
Let's find out.
It should be the total dice. So what is the total dice for melee? What would you normally have? So what's your strength and your melee?
Let's see. Roll for any skill of your choice, which sounds like it would just
Yeah.
be a marksmanship agility test.
That's correct. That's what I would do.
Okay.
So what is
Alright.
the
Oh, I
total
see.
dice that you have for
So I'm
melee
basically
strength?
going to do it as if it were a. Yeah, my strength is only 3, my agility is 4, and my marksmanship is 3, my melee is 0.
All right. So normally you'd be 7 dice
Yes.
versus the 4 dice or 3 dice. What did you say?
Normally
normally
he'd be
it'd
3
be
dice.
3.
Now he's going to be
Okay.
7.
All right. So add just basically, so hit the knife and add +4
Right.
to it.
Plus 4 regular modifier. Okay, cool. Not
I'll
40
push
as
it.
much as I'd like that. Right. Okay, I'll take
Very
it.
nice. Let's have him use some armor.
Ugh,
Oh, man,
armor.
he's got armor
The
too.
worst. It's like they don't want us to win.
I know.
Listen, this is all armor we get after we kill them.
Ugh.
Look at you already looting the bodies.
I am a craftsman.
Oh,
sir.
not only are
Albert
they not
isn't
even
being
cold
crafty.
yet, they're not even dead yet.
Dibs
Right,
on
they haven't even fell
Hardscar's
down.
axe.
Right,
Yeah,
he's going to
boy.
go ahead and take the 2. So talk to me. What
Alrighty.
happens?
Yeah, so basically he's kind of locked in a stare with Aldrich, and Sten, just using his sneaky hunter skills, kind of comes up and kind of jams it into his side. It doesn't go that far. It kind of scrapes down his side rather than going in. But he's still bleeding pretty good.
And so I'm imagining him facing off, thinking Aldrich is the only threat.
Mhm.
After he's gotten done being parried by Osric, probably wants
Mhm.
nothing to do with Osric anymore.
Right.
And then seemingly out of nowhere, below his line of sight, Stan, you
Mhm.
come in and just
out of the low grass.
Yep. Go ahead and get him. Vasilla,
How far am I away from the combat?
you would now be long, so you'd be
I'm going to sneak. I'm going to sneak back through the rocks so that I act like I'm still running away. And when I get to short range, I'm going to make sounds like an ogre is coming to like check on his brother. I'm going to use my 2 points of willpower in Path of the Warcry to give them -2 to their attack rolls. But the skinning is that I'm going to be been using the rocks and acoustics to sound
the
like
Obi-Wan Kenobi move. I love
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. Very cool.
So you guys have lost track of Vasilla at this point, right? She has taken off. You know she's got it. And all of this is happening in a matter of seconds. You hear a roar coming out. You hear the same type of scream that came from the ogre when Osric slayed it. And luckily, the 3 of you immediately know what's happening, but you can see the reaction and the distraction that comes for each one of the combatants. All right. Our leader now has stood up and he is headed down to us. So we now have all 3 players are now engaged with all of you guys. Osric.
Oh shoot, I'm first again. Sorry.
I assume we.
I was
want you
rereading the
first.
Path of the Warcry stuff. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
you just got cut by the blade
Yeah,
from the iron guard.
I think it's time to turn and face this giant of a rust brother, I
They
guess,
can
and
pay.
give him a stabby. I
Okay.
have a thing for this. I have a talent for this because
I have something for this.
If nothing else, Aloy was thorough. I have Path of the Blade.
Yeah.
When you hit with a close combat attack, you can spend a willpower point to find a weakness in your opponent's armor or natural armor. So I will spend a willpower point,
And it ignores armor.
and then I will ignore armor, and I will.
I need to bring the dragon back. You guys are like monsters.
just Osric.
We can
Don't
deal
say
with
you
people.
guys. It's all Osric, man.
Good job,
and then
Malloy.
We can handle
Oh, dear.
people.
All right, Osric.
people, and then I will swing, and I'm going to assume that the die stays at a D8 because otherwise
Yes.
I'd be scared.
3 successes for 4 damage.
That's what I got. I'm not going to push that. Look at all those banes.
He doesn't get armor.
Okay, he only
That's
protects one of them. He's going to take 3.
Yeah, he doesn't get his armor.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't get his armor. How do you kill him?
Oh,
Oh, I think that I find like that weak point under the shoulder, and I just give it I just kind of ram right in there, and then rip it out as he falls
Okay,
off the
and
blade.
Technically, you don't kill him, right? But you take him out, right? So,
Right.
boom, and he falls. So now we've got left are now these 2 Rust brothers. One that has been fighting with the staff that just got stabbed by Sten, plus this other leader. The one that gets stabbed by Sten is wildly swinging his staff now and
Okay.
moving backwards, and he's kind of holding his where he got stabbed by Sten, and is backing away and just kind of wildly swinging his staff as he's trying to retreat. Aldrich,
Hmm. Oh man. See, Aldrich was a little behind, so I think Aldrich's just kind of like draw out his knife at this point and like not like charge in, but like move forward threateningly. Like, yeah, keep going back. Come on, we're all armed here. The tides have turned. Move along.
just checking one thing. All right, great. All right,
Basically,
Sten,
I'd be pulling up next to Sten, essentially.
got it.
Okay. So sorry, who's left here? Just the leader and the
You have the leader and the guy who also has a staff, and then the guy
Right,
who's
and
wildly swinging the staff that you stabbed.
Okay.
Both seem to be wanting to disengage. So
Second
one-
thoughts, huh?
yeah,
You better leave us alone. And I'm just gonna be there with the knife, posing like I know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I'd totally stab you again if you came back
Aldrich
over
standing
here.
there next
And
to
it
you.
would
Yeah,
absolutely work.
back off.
So as the guy that got stabbed, is working his way backwards, and he's moving,
Mhm.
he's retreating away from you faster than the leader who just got there is.
Mhm.
As soon as he pulls back behind the leader, that's when the leader starts to retreat. So he's
Okay.
got his staff in his left hand. He's got his other hand forward like this,
Mhm.
and he's not saying anything. And they are as swiftly as they can without falling, moving backwards, but still facing you.
Okay. Making no attempt to recover or bargain for their fallen.
Nope.
Okay.
Is there anything we're going to do as they retreat, or are we letting them go?
No, I
And they're
wanna
going
do
to collect
something.
troll guy on their way, I assume.
He's gone, actually.
Okay.
Where he's gone, I don't know, or you don't know.
I would like to use my. I would like to get around behind them through the rocks, behind the melee, and I would like to use my fishing line to like set up a snare to trip them.
Okay.
Rude.
Girl.
So I'm gonna have to get like
Girl.
far enough past, and like I'm assuming that means running, and like however you want to handle that. But that's the rough outline of the plan.
I'd
Yeah,
like
let
to.
me- go
I'd
ahead.
like to point out that you have the scepter.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the scepter.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. You're going to
okay.
leave the scepter in the rocks?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. Let's make this. I want a move roll for 2 successes for you to basically get from there to behind them during all of this. So if I can get a
Yeah.
2 success move roll, you're there.
And I hit the move button. Why are you not making? Oh, it's because it's behind all the other windows. Derp. I'm gonna push it.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
So-
This is happening.
We've got some, pretty high grass here, right? And Vasilla, as soon as you notice that they have a retreat, I imagine you're setting the staff down,
Hmm.
in a rocks where you can find it again, and like a fox, kind of scrunched down below the head of the grass, we see you go off to the right of them. And now you're at a point where they've got their backs to you. They're retreating backwards. And right now I'm having nobody notices this. Nobody notices where you are.
Okay. I would like to set up a trip line with my fishing wire so that they, as they're backing away, right, they're clearly not paying attention. And then as they get, as they fall, like I want to trip them, have my knife out, and be ready to like pounce on this dude, like with my knife to his throat. Like clearly I'm not going to like murder. Well, I'm hoping
Clearly.
that when he's on the ground, he is much more vulnerable. And I'll yell it to my friends as soon as they like, trip the trap.
So let's do this. Let's do a survival roll,
Okay.
but take the gear bonus from the fishing line. So add 1 gear
Alright,
bonus
so
to it.
Survival. Back to this and gear bonus +1. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as
This
and
was a
you've
really
got
good fish.
you've got time, right, Vasilla? Because they're
Good.
not they're going as fast as they can, but they can't go too fast
Mhm,
in their retreat because they're facing what they think are the threats,
mhm.
which is Osric, Sten, and Aldrich. And we see you find 2 rocks where you're able to kind of pin this line, and it runs the line across. And we see the guy with the staff. He works his way back first, and he's the one that hits the line. And immediately he falls backwards. You said you were going to jump on him with the knife?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell. Fuck, what's her name? Jesus.
Is that Margal? Is that her name?
Marigold?
No, for the daughter, for the kid, for
Vivi?
Vivi.
I'm gonna yell for Vivi, and I'm gonna leap on top of with my knife right to his throat, and like I'm gonna yell loud enough that like my compatriots are like, "What the hell is Vasilla
Like,
doing?" But clearly
quick.
she's over there.
Yeah, and we're
where
just
those
gonna.
people are.
Oh,
I'm gonna jump on him with the knife, and I'm trying to like cow him into like stopping.
I was like,
I'm
So
doing
this
actually-
immediately, the one that has fallen over that you're now on top of, the leader hears you scream, and he turns and he's going to take his staff and he's going to take a swipe at you with the staff.
Okay, I'm going to dodge.
You don't need to. So
Cool.
it's a wild swing, right? And it just you see the staff goes flying up above you, and he says, "Get away from him, child."
And I'm gonna say now, Osric, and then like give like a straight line like past him look to like clearly I'm not the threat. I'm a child with a knife. There's a dude that just murdered 2 of your armored fighters right behind you. And then and we'll see what happens. But I want to like knock him over the fishing line if I have to. Like is my next like oh shit plan.
it's like I thought we were just gonna let him go. What are you doing?
No, they're just gonna come. after us
Vasilla
and get
does
us to
not
take his
believe in
stuff.
letting.
I love
gonna
this.
take it-
I love this plan.
I'm taking us back to the top of the order.
Cool.
Hell yeah, let's
So
go.
Osric,
Okay.
so
I guess-
you see this guy that's retreating. The 3 of you have kind of settled like, hey, let's lick our wounds here. We've got we've got 2 of them incapacitated. They retreat back. You see one of them fall, and out of the grass, you see Vasilla jump like a fox on top of him and yell as she sees the staff of the leader go miss her over her head.
How far away are they?
I'm gonna have them short distance right now.
Okay. I'm going to move to engage with the leader so that he cannot swing at Vasilla again. And is that
Does
that
your
a
charge
fast
let-
action?
Does your charge let you swing at him?
no? Because it has to be from near to arm's
Got
length.
Got it. All right. So we
So I
we
think I
have
have
you
to spend
you
my
then again.
whole
Yep.
movement to get
Just engaging.
into arm's length.
Got it. Got it. Aldrich.
Oh boy. I think I'm gonna sweep down and I'm gonna grab Heartscar's axe, and then
Okay.
I'll use my other action to at least get into short range and to
All right, give me
start moving
just-
my way there.
Give me just 1 second. Let me give you Heartscar's axe. It appears he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need that anymore.
It's not a two-handed weapon, is it?
Oh, that was
it's a
low.
battle
It was
axe,
a
it's a
low
heavy
blow.
one.
man.
It's one-handed.
Okay.
Okay, good. I can one hand this thing. Cool.
Okay. So you grab the axe and you head towards the melee. Sten, what do you think about this plan?
I mean, what I think about it is irrelevant. It's already happening.
To
So
be fair, I didn't know you were out of arrows. Okay.
I wouldn't look at you. I just assumed you'd be shooting him for me.
sure. So what Sten is actually going to do is he is going to basically get his bow and stretch it out like this and aim at whoever's on the right from his perspective, so the other person can't necessarily see that there's not an arrow back there,
Okay.
and say, "Drop your weapons and surrender."
Let me.
That's what I got.
Yeah. Let's.
Manipulation?
Yeah. Can you give me a
Okay.
Or
manipulation roll?
performance. Either one's fine.
I don't want to give you a manipulation roll, but what I will do is spend my last willpower because I'm relying on the proof of my deadly accurate marksmanship from earlier.
Okay. So what is it? How many dice does that add for you?
It's going to be my agility is 2 better, and my marksmanship is 3 better.
Okay.
So
So +5.
looks like it. Oh my god, this is horrible. But it's so dumb it might work.
It's my basic life philosophy.
Okay, a success.
You yell,
Mhm.
and they believe you. The one on the ground is befuddled, and it's quite frankly scared. I'm
Like, go
wondering I'm wondering to a certain point whether it's one of those situations where normally Vasilla would not scare him, but the fact that Vasilla had the guts to jump on his chest and with this knife, he's like, maybe there's something I don't know about this thing.
And he's had a couple deaths in the immediate past.
Yeah. The leader drops his staff and now is kind of stepping back from all of you with both of his hands up. Let me go.
Priscilla.
Why? So you can track us down again? And you'll bring more men this time because you know you need them.
More Rust Brothers are coming. That you've already sealed. You can
Then
strike
perhaps
me
we should
down.
make it
You can
one
strike
less.
all of us down, but all you've done is made a very, very powerful enemy.
Sounds like we've already done that. I don't think we can make it any worse by killing you.
Sounds like a net positive to me.
So he is just slowly stepping away.
I want to, since this one underneath me is cowled, I'm going to launch bodily into him to see if I can knock him over my fishing line.
What's happening?
It's amazing what you can do when you have absolutely no fear.
Vasilla, you're not playing a goblin yet.
Or is she?
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's do a brawl roll.
All right, so that's melee.
It's brawl, isn't it?
There is no brawl.
Oh, there isn't. What am I thinking of?
Might.
One of the 87 other games you run?
Yeah, right. Hold on,
Sounds
let's see
about
what
right.
makes the most sense here.
There's melee or might.
Under
Which one
strength.
will-
Let's do might.
All right, I would
Is it-
argue that I'm going to get the gear bonus of +1 from my fishing line.
That's already tripped and down.
Okay, so that only had.
But this
enough-
is the other guy, right?
yeah, this is the other guy.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like there's a thing
Sure.
for this.
Here we go.
Oh,
I'm going to push.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna
Why not?
So Vasily, you launch yourself off of the first guy that you have fell. into the grass and launch at him. And he's stepping back like this, and he sees you, and immediately just kind of in midair grabs your shoulder and redirects you into the grass. And we just see Vasilla not reach him, get kind of pushed aside as you tumble into the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows
But
judo.
now Osric should have something.
Yes, Ostrich, you are now in short distance to the leader and engaged with the one that got tripped by Vasilla.
And Vasilla launched herself at the leader, having knocked down the other one. Is that
That is correct.
correct?
Yes.
So one's on the ground, very scared, right? Because
Also
Stennis
tangled up in
cowed
fishing
them.
line.
Right. And one has now thrown you off to the side.
Yeah, I just missed my tackle, right? Like,
But it's still trying to leave.
to give you a 90s football reference, he was Christian Okoye and I was a defensive back.
I understood none of that.
Bo Jackson? Bo
I'm-
Jackson was more
I'm-
famous.
I'm
Same
with
basic
you. There you
idea.
go. Everybody
The
knows
ING
Bo Jackson.
Barry Sanders.
No, Barry Sanders moved quickly.
That's true.
you
Come
do
on,
the,
Osric,
kick.
do what you do best.
Come on, Ostrich.
I mean, am I just like he's trying to leave?
He's a brotherhood guy.
And
that
he's
can't-
going.
all
And
right.
he's already
So-
said he's sending.
And
more
you said I'm
people
within
after us.
short of the leader, so I still
Correct.
have to move up to get to.
So no, you're near the leader, so you can charge.
All right, I'm gonna charge the leader then. You guys are turning me into a murder hobo. I'm not
Haven't
sure how I feel
murdered
about
anyone
it.
yet. Today,
Look,
They
I don't think
jumped
you're
us.
a hobo when they show up to kill
Well, that's
us.
fair.
after we saved one of their guys, I don't know what their problem is.
That's true. That's
Really?
true. This is all their fault.
Yeah.
So
You
I'm gonna.
saw
I am
one of
gonna.
your
In fact,
members rip apart like a child.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like random villager, sure.
Fine. I will melee charge the leader to eliminate the threat of the standing person.
All right, for 4.
For 4, it is.
The obligatory not responding. Makes it dramatic though.
Drama.
He's dodging. He has armor, and also some sort of horrific spell. He's going out in a blaze of glory.
He's got a death curse.
Is this Third Floor Wars or TNT? Convening of the drama. Some more 90s references coming to you later.
That one I got.
You pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Edge.
There we go. All right, combat armor.
Oh,
Dang, bud.
You take him out. So he's backing away. He redirects Vasilla, and as he's kind of his hands are like this, he turns up and just sees the face of Osric. As Osric, you just swipe the sword, slashing him in the front of him and just bowling him over and knocking him down. The staff goes flying. The other guy is now that he no longer has the weight of Vasilla on him, is now full on standing up and running. Aldrich.
wish I had some.
I feel like now we can't let him go.
Not much I can. Is he
I'm
still?
confused by
How
this
far is he
letting
from
go
me?
Brotherhood members like plan?
He's going to be short distance, so 2 bands away from you.
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to catch him because I'm not, not that fast. I think I just move forward and pick Vasilla up. You all right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Chase him. Can't let them get away.
Is anybody going to give chase?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna chase him.
All right,
Brotherhood
Osric,
members
give
getting away
me a
and
move
telling their
roll.
friends where we are is a problem.
I have to agree with Vasilla. Oh, sure, move I can't do.
You wish to
I'm
push
gonna
it?
look, I'm gonna look at Sten like, Sten, shoot him.
Ugh.
I kind of
Ooh.
take my hand away from the bowstring and just like,
So was that Sten doing a move?
yeah. I mean, I got to do something.
I can't push that
Damn.
roll. I can't. Not with that Bane. I can't. I can't do it.
There's my move. 3 successes. All right, you have
Sten
no trouble.
knows
have
the
n-
terrain pretty well.
Yeah, you have no trouble catching him. So he's running, Sten, and you come up behind him and just shove him down. And he
Mhm.
just goes face first into the grass.
Okay.
Staff goes flying. His staff is, he didn't even have his staff anymore. It's
Right.
back where it was before. And he's just laying on the ground.
I kind of wave the others over before he gets
We
up.
need him for questioning.
I hope someone competent comes over here and grabs him because Sten's
I mean, I
just
get
tired
up
at
and
this
start
point.
running immediately.
So
Ostrich,
Vasily, you
can we
run
go
that
help
way.
him?
Ostrich and Aldrich, I assume everybody's headed that way.
Aldrich's gonna stay behind and
Okay.
gather the rest of the bodies, quote unquote,
Mhm.
whether or not they're alive or dead, and just kind of
Yep.
get everything together so we can kind of take account of what everything that's happened here.
So Ostrich and
Plus their
Vasily, you
armor
arrive there.
and-
Sten has knocked him down.
All right, I'm gonna jump back on his chest with my knife at his throat. Cocky is gonna be like, so you and I have some discussions.
What do you want?
Well, to start with, what? How did you track us? Where are you from?
Heartscar notified us. We came from the Hagler house, and you weren't hard to track.
But you didn't say you went to Amber's Peak. You said that you've heard of it, but you hadn't been there, and we've been there for some short while. So where
You
did you pick
watched.
up our trail?
We saw what you
Wa-
did to Amber's Peak.
Hmm.
What we did.
So why aren't we friends if you dislike Zygover as much as you say?
You've killed one of our brothers. You have now killed many more. And you hold
Hey.
one of the keys.
The one we killed was a demon. Did you not get that part of the story from Heartscar back there?
Demon.
I'm not going to justify what the Brotherhood does.
Hmm. So there are many demons in the Brotherhood, then.
This is not worth my time.
I'm gonna
I-
press
I-
the
I
knife
mean, your
against
time
his
is-
throat such that it bleeds.
He doesn't say anything.
Impressive. Hmm. Man, I've never killed anyone before. This would be a hell of a first time, huh?
Stan will sort of move to a position where this guy can't see, like behind him, and
Mhm.
just kind of do a, knock on the head gesture.
Like, so do I just like along, and my knife's on his throat. I'm just not gonna push down on him. Like, so just like along. I'm gonna look up Sten, like clearly like trying to learn how to kill a
Mhm.
guy.
hmm Yeah, you want to go along the veins, otherwise bleeding is real slow.
Mhm.
And then he kind of realizes what he just said, and he's like, I hope she's kidding. I think she's kidding.
So this guy, as a last ditch thing, kind of flails at you.
Oh Jesus!
And you've got this on his neck, and he kind of just as a last minute, like last attempt, swings his arm to try to hit you, Vasilla, but he doesn't have the reach or the strength or anything to do it. So you immediately recognize what he's doing, and he fails.
Okay. I poke him in the left eye.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
And he screams, and he covers his face, and he can't. He's pinned down by you. and we just see the blood just gushing from his hand.
Mistake. That was a mistake. So you're not going to tell us anything. You'd rather die, possibly a quite painful death.
He's
Then-
trying to crawl away, so he's trying to use the other arm to try to crawl away out from under you.
bop
He's
him
not
on his
having any
nose.
success.
Bob on nose like is a bad dog.
No. Vasilla.
It doesn't
Like,
change
I
what
don't
he's
wanna-
trying to do.
I don't want to hurt you. Like I'm standing like,
He turns and spits blood into your face, Vasilla.
salty.
I just kind of
I
look
guess I
over
just
to
gotta,
Osric.
I gotta
and
like
I'm like,
end him, right? Like I don't know, like I don't, like you're the strong one. You punch him in the head.
So Vasilla
I'll kill
and
him.
Vasilla,
If-
you just see just the blood that just got splat onto
All
Vasilla's
right. If he
face.
won't, if he's not going to give us anything, I'm like I don't remember how coup de grace works, and I know that my last character in this campaign had like the feat that lets me coup de grace for free. But I'm going to do it, and I'll take the empathy damage because this dude's friend literally ate a child,
Mhm.
and ripped him in half, and so like I feel pretty fucking justified.
Yep,
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry,
I'm
Internet.
good with
I
that.
feel very justified.
So let's. All I need is an empathy roll.
Okay, so an empathy roll. Vasilla empathy.
That's a roll that Vasilla can pass, right?
Nope, but I'm gonna push it because
No, don't put. You wanted to fail it
Okay.
because then you don't take empathy damage.
Hmm.
And we see you pull the knife from his eye,
Oh, I didn't shove him with this. I just poked him with my finger.
and
So,
knife goes down towards the base of his skull, and we just see Vasilla slowly, just, and we see the body drop.
I'm going to leave my knife in his throat, and I'm going to like have that like raw adrenaline kick, and I'm just gonna like get up super shaky and like maybe not me, but like I'm gonna like wander away a little bit on shaky legs. I'm gonna collapse. I'm gonna go puke on a stone because it's a lot more like violence than she's really used to.
Dave, I'm worried about what your new dark secret is.
I mean, to be fair, this actually fits my last dark secret way better because that was like, what are my motives? Are they really pure? And it's just like in sync with that. Was it
So-
really pure because of like retribution, or was it because like, oh, killing seems fun? Who knows?
Not sure if Aldrich saw this happen, but definitely Osric and Sten did.
Yeah.
Even if you fail the roll, you must spend 1 willpower point and suffer 1 point of damage to empathy.
Oh, what is making the and making the roll means you can't do it, right?
If it's an intelligent being with wits and you want to give him a coup de grace and kill him outright, you must fail an empathy roll,
Right.
roll for the attribute only.
Okay.
Even
so
if
you
the
failed
roll
it, then.
fails, you must spend 1
Got it.
point. And so
So
I think,
take-
I think if you succeed, you find your humanity and can't
Right.
do
And
this.
don't kill him. So Vasilla did not find her halfling
Liggity.
I,
So take-
I don't have a willpower to spend. So
That's
I
fine. Just
can't
take the
kill
wits
him.
damage. You're fine.
I'll
No.
take the wits.
Take the wits damage.
Empathy damage, presumably, because I just did
Yes.
terrible things. Just one, Jim.
Yes,
That's what it
1
says.
point
fair.
of damage to empathy.
If it was more than that, I'd feel pretty okay with that story. It's like she
Sten
just
and
did
Osric,
something
you
real
just
terrible.
saw Vasilla slide this knife into the back of this guy's neck.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at Osric like, should we say something? It's like,
Like I understand. We've been through a lot with these Rust brothers, and I think I'm gonna set. He sets his hand on her shoulder and says, "Come now, lass, let's go," and begin to walk away from what is the body.
while you're talking to her, I'm going to go back to where the others are, which is, I think, where Aldrich is,
Yeah,
and to
I've
make sure
basically
they're like
gathered-
tied up and in a, you know,
Yeah, they're if left there, they're gonna
Mhm.
die. Right. They would need a
Sure.
lot of attention in order to get up.
Ay.
They're in bad shape.
I basically dragged the one back over to
Mhm.
the other two,
Mhm.
and I mean,
So-
honestly, I'm going through their stuff. Like, I hate to be all
Yeah,
murder
it's like,
hobo-y
are there
about it,
any
but, like,
letters or instructions or
the more
yeah.
stuff we have.
Mhm.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look. So each of them have chainmail. You've obviously got a helmet on the one guy, a shield on the other guy. They each have daggers, staffs. The Iron Guard, you had a large shield and a long sword, and then he's got a great helm and chainmail.
Which one of them is carrying all the arrows?
Guess who's making arrows?
Just in a bundle under his
Yeah.
Just in case when I kill them and take that guy's bow, I'm going to use these. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, any other like information on them?
Yeah,
Any like
no information, but go ahead and give me a D10.
Okay, I can do that. I'll roll it. A 7.
Do have seven silver on them, so go ahead and add 7
Uh-huh.
silver, Aldrich.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think Sten would walk back on Audric, like looking at least one, like comparing some of the suits of chainmail and seeing if I can like fit one to myself or find like a comparable size.
Yeah, there's enough chainmail that if all three of you, not Vasilla, wanted to put on chainmail, you can.
I certainly don't. But I'd kind of come over to Aldrich and just sort of in a low voice as the others are walking back. We took the other one down and Vasilla just killed him outright. I mean,
Wow.
looks like it bothered her, but I worry.
It's hard to kill a person like that. I understand, but
No.
these people are a threat to us, so I understand.
Yeah.
They don't appear to have anything particularly enlightening, but they do have gear that we could salvage for our own purposes.
Of course, none of them have any bloody arrows.
No archers amongst them. it
I mean,
appears.
most of them must have fell out of the quiver when we were getting away from that damn dragon, and I never even noticed. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
As I'm leading on Osric,
happens.
and we're kind of like walking back, I'm like, Aldrich, the magic stick, it's over there. It's by the yellow one, around the base on the right side.
It's a very tiring artifact, and I've been meaning to ask if we could start taking shifts on it, I suppose. I know it's a lot of responsibility to bear, and it's something I've been perhaps overly possessive of, but I can't bear it alone.
I'm gonna like furiously run and go get it. Like, and when yell, "Where's the fifth one?" As like my brain like kicks back onto like emergency gear.
I mean, I didn't even see where he went, did I? He was going that way, but
Seems to have vanished. He wasn't looking too good either. Who knows if he'll survive on his own.
Vasily, you're picking up the scepter. Are you planning on holding it, or are you going to give it back to Aldrich?
I'll hold it. Like, Aldrich has clearly suffered enough for.
Yeah. So go ahead and take a wits and an agility damage for me.
oof.
For us. And then gear, I'll add the scepter. How heavy is the scepter?
That's normal.
Yeah.
Psychologically, so.
Statistically, I'm actually like the worst person to wield the thing. My 2 agility really does me in quick on that one. But yeah, if possible, I'd like to outfit myself with a set of chainmail and a helmet.
All right.
If you could do that for me, Craig.
I
I
can.
guess I could do that. Right?
You got the strength for all that nonsense?
Yeah, because I have pack mule, so I have a bit of
Ah,
extra
good.
space.
Oh, pack mule.
Pack Mule
Plus
is
now
so
that-
good.
Now that Vasila's holding the scepter for me. that
All right,
helps
so
a
you
little bit.
wanted the helm and the chainmail?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Sweet. I'm actually gonna
Okay.
abandon my leather armor.
Done? Yep. Go ahead and ditch the leather armor.
Drop the scepter too, because Vasila's got that.
Yep.
Um,
Actually, before you do that, hold on. Let me just,
Oh.
it'll be easier. Did you already?
I already
ditch it?
did. My bad.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. Let me bring it up for Vasila. Go ahead. Someone was going to say something.
I need to. I'm going to assume that my fishing hook and line has been ruined by this. Well,
No.
I'm too heavy right now, so I need to get lighter.
Okay.
One way or the other. So I
I
don't know if that's
can
like getting rid
carry
of-
something for you in the space where I would have been carrying arrows.
I guess a lyre, because I've got a knife.
You can't get rid of the lyre. It's
Because
ridiculous.
I don't understand how weighting works. I have 5 out of 4, but I have 2 normals and 2 lights. So
Your
it also gets food
food
and
torches,
Food,
and
water, and torches each take a normal slot, I think is where we're at.
got it. So I have 2 normals and then food. I have no torches on me.
Yeah,
And
over
lights,
here.
2 lights equals a normal. So I've got 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I can carry a normal for you or 2 lights if that helps.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
I'll let you think about it, Dave.
yeah,
I'm
I'll get rid of.
Not too worried about it right now.
Cool. I'll hand you something. Probably the lyre.
Okay.
I don't really feel like playing music right now anyway.
That's fair.
So we're approaching dusk. You guys have a slaughter field.
We
Around.
definitely can't make camp here.
a bit grim.
that's a terrible plan. So I feel like I also want to swap the armor and helmet that I have for chainmail.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
And
Chainmail done. Do you want the shield?
then I think I'll pick up the shield.
Okay, done.
And now I have to figure out what I'm dropping. Is the helmet the same as an open helmet?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to drop my studded leather. Oh my gosh, that's so heavy. I don't know what else to drop. I can't drop the tent. It's ridiculous.
Do need the tent.
We do need the tent. I
Um,
think I'm going to be encumbered. And that just means that I can't run, right? Like I can't march.
Correct.
Okay. Osric is laden.
like in Athens. Well, what was the name of the place they said they were from? Somewhere old Henchhold, something like that.
They said they came
Somewhere
from the
house.
Hagler house.
Hagler House is
Hagler
House. I think I wrote hut, but I'm going to change it to
where
house.
the brothers came from.
You know what? If we're doing all this stuff, and I feel like we are, maybe I'll swap over to your studded leather. It's a little better. It's a little heavier, but I'm getting better at pack ratting. So
All right, I'll take care of that, Sten.
thanks.
So yeah, we
Nice.
need a place to rest because today in Game World time we've run from Amber's Peak a square. It looked like, I think,
Mhm.
from the
Yeah,
map as I
yeah.
recall. We fought a fight. We need to make at least one more square, or at least farther away from here. We probably need to handle like I don't know the big stuff. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
And
we're
that's
going
the
to
day.
need to sleep,
So
and yeah,
I would like to drag a far away guy back over by Ogre
Mm-hmm.
and maybe try to make it look like they fought an ogre.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're
Not a
going to
bad
take
idea.
the
an
time.
ogre that had knives and arrows and a magic scepter, and yeah, it's fine.
You know,
Also the fifth guy, but hey, maybe throw some
Sure,
off
sure,
the
sure.
track. Do you have the skill, Sten, to cover our tracks?
That's a good question. Is that
I'd be
something
up
that
for. I
survival
would
could
allow
do?
a survival roll for that.
Okay. I'll try. It's hell of a mess here, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah. Well, coming from here, the fifth one will know that we were released here.
Terrain's pretty good for it.
2 successes.
Cool. So wherever we go camp, we'll hopefully give them a harder
So
time
if
on
you
the way
wanted
out.
to continue like towards where Aldrich's map was, you're gonna
Mhm.
basically head west.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what we're gonna do?
Think so.
Yeah, I think
All right, let's bring up the travel sheet.
The travel sheet.
travel.
Party.
Who's gonna do what?
Well, I'm going to lead the way because that's what I do.
Party.
There we go.
Travel.
Stay in scouting.
There we go. I'm gonna hike.
Right.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
And who's keep watch?
Aldrich right now is in the.
All right,
Yeah.
Let's have some rolls.
Although now with this helmet, I'm at a -2 for scouting.
Ugh.
Well, take it off.
If there's a fight, put it back on.
I mean, its previous owner. Who it
I
worked
guess I
very well
could
for.
theoretically do that, right?
That's
Well,
what the
either
last
way,
guy just did.
you're at the -2 because not because you're wearing it, is it?
Yeah, it's features -2 to scout,
Because it,
maybe
like,
added to armor roll if desired.
Cuts off your vision and your
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't like that idea.
Yeah, it's a big game.
It's a little gamey for me.
I get you.
Yeah.
I think Aldrich probably wouldn't even think about it. He'd just have it on and like not realize it's affecting him.
All right, so Sten, you led the way and then pushed it, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired and almost led us down a bad path, but then kind of snapped out of it.
Gotcha. Let me get the scouting roll done.
All right, so my scouting is currently 5 -2, so it's only going to be 3. I assume this is going to work proper. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I see what it's doing. That's not what I want. That's weird. All right, I'll do it manually for now until I... Oh, there we go. It's got it. Ugh. Well, I don't think I'm going to push that. Sorry, guys.
It's, all right.
It's
I think you're
probably
gonna-
fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So you guys start heading west. The mountains that were to your west are now more towards the southwest. You still have the blood on you. You still have the kind of the fading of that adrenaline as we start to see the sun starting to set.
I'm sorry, Craig, real quick, one thing. I know we had the Rust Brother and the Ogre's sack. Was there anything else useful or worthwhile or valuable in there?
In the sack now.
Yeah, okay.
And as we start to see the sun set, don't need the scouting roll. We can see over the hill what has to be a campfire's worth of smoke rising up right at the foothills. Right now, you can't see where it's coming from, but it's a good distance away.
Hmm.
No, we're gonna avoid this campfire, right? We're not
I
gonna.
think so. We're not in any fit state to
We're not in the mood to
fight if it goes badly.
Yeah, I don't think
encounter
we've had
any more
enough people for today.
Do you want to go to the top of the hill to see what's there? Or do you want to just avoid it completely?
I would like to see what's there because if it's the fifth member, I want to know.
True.
So Facilla runs up to the hill. And Facilla, from where you are, you're about 200, 250 yards away. You can see a small campfire. You can see a horse that seems to be tied to a small little like spruce tree.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody's cooking on the fire. They don't seem particularly large. They're in a kind of a brown cloak. And there's somebody small next to them by the fire as well. Let's go to a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So, Vasily, you're on kind of a ridge, slight hill, and you're seeing down at this campfire. And like I mentioned, you have someone who's obviously an adult, but doesn't seem particularly strong. Has kind of this brown cloak on. You've got somebody small next to them. But what really stands out is the horse. And it's not the horse itself, it's the way that the horse is saddled. You recognize the covering, the rug covering for it, as well as the style of saddle. You're 100% sure that this person is Aisling, and it matched the cords.
How far away were they? 200 yards?
Yeah, about 200, 250 yards. There's little or no chance that they've seen you.
Okay, I'm going to come back down and, in a weird fit of sanity, not just start shit without talking to my friends.
What'd you see?
There's two people, an adult and a kid. Cords, at least by the coverings, probably ran. You know, we're supposed to be Marigold, your favorite person. Look at you, Sten. I don't know.
She has a quiver of arrows.
Was it like, how many kids do we know?
I mean, there were a fair number of kids at the camp, right?
I think we should go.
What if they blame us for what happened? I mean,
if they assume we summoned a dragon, they probably won't be willing to fight us at the very
I
least.
don't think they'll fight us for it. I mean, it's going to be bad. Maybe we can talk our way down, but well, let's take a look and see what we find.
I agree. I
head
think
a
the
little
extra
closer.
eyes would be helpful.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we start heading that way.
So you go over the ridge where Vasilla was, and you start heading towards this campfire.
Mhm.
And I assume we're just walking.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know, in case they see, like, hands out, no weapons, for me anyway.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's about maybe at 80 yards
Mm-hmm.
that the woman notices you. She immediately stands,
Mhm.
and she reaches her arm out, and the child comes running to her side, and she covers the child
Mhm.
with the cloak. And she yells, "I have nothing of value."
We mean you no harm. We wouldn't take it if we could.
"I have no weapons."
You won't need them.
We're just here for fire and a friendly face, man.
And you see she's kind of nervously kind of looking at the horse, and I don't imagine the calculation she's got right now with the four of you, and it's just
Mhm.
her and this child is like, well,
Sten sits down.
I can feed you.
I'd be happy to help cook for everybody, honestly. Just a nice fire that's
have-
already prepared. We'd
We
be
have
happy to help.
supplies. We don't want to take anything you might need.
So she sits back down.
Okay.
The child sits next to her, and as you guys start walking towards her,
Mhm.
you realize it's a boy, a young boy, maybe 5,
Mhm.
maybe 6, but probably closer to 5. Her hair is blonde, matted down, but has got the braidings that you saw back at Amber's Peak. She's got a really time-worn face. It's hard to tell just how old she is. I mean, in theory, this could even be a grandmother, but it's hard, but also could be a mother, right? It's really tough to tell. You can tell that whoever she is, she's had some time on her face. She's got deep blue eyes set back on her face as you guys approach.
Are you Are you a refugee then from the attack?
From the attack,
Ember speak.
that's where I'm headed. I'm coming from the west. I'm coming from Asling.
If I'm not here to tell you your business, but that's not a good place to go now.
Is Meridia there?
Yeah.
Do we know if Meridia had plans to go somewhere? Or if she had planned to.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah, I don't
because
think
Sten
Sten
went
got
to
that
her
far.
camp and she was just like rallying people and trying to
Okay.
get them organized. I don't think we had any idea of any plans she had.
Okay.
She's
I
there.
I don't understand.
There was a dragon attack.
But she's okay. The tribe?
There were a lot.
Tribe
Of,
is-
Devastated, but surviving.
there were a lot of deaths. The town is in ruins. I don't know what your skills are. Maybe they need you there, but don't go expecting it to be the way you might remember it.
The child turns up and she goes, does that mean Ma and Pa? She goes, it's okay. It's okay, Tanis. We've been traveling east. I don't know where you're headed. Are you headed back to Amber's Peak?
No.
Not anytime soon. Or did you pass any towns or settlements recently the way you came?
2 nights ago, we camped at the mines, outside the mines. But other than that, no, it's just been me and my son.
What are you coming from, Asling, you said?
Yeah. There's nothing left there for us.
What happened? I mean, perhaps later, but it's we've only recently left our village too, and it's been since the mist went down. The lands have not become hospitable in a lot of ways.
I think the demons are returning.
They are.
Absolutely.
The little boy goes, Mommy, can I tell him about? And she immediately puts her hand over his mouth and she goes, Tanis, I don't want to hear about your little fantasies. So no, our friends don't want to hear about any of that.
Well, ma'am, I am a storyteller, and hopefully it's fans do a little better than what real life is bringing for stories. I would love to hear it over at the dinner. I'll trade a story for a story.
Just understand that he has a wild imagination.
I remember my mom saying similar.
So camp is made. No reason to roll for camp. No reason to food and water is taken care of. And you guys kind of settle in. And what the little boy tells you is he tells you about his little friend that he played with at the mines. The mother makes it very clear that there was no little friend, that this is a figment of his imagination. But he would spend time, running around outside of the mines and pretending to play with a little girl. She does ask if you guys have ever been to the mines?
No, not,
Can't say
not
that we
yet.
have.
No.
I've only heard tales of mines.
Are these the ones? And Craig, I'm not familiar enough with the map. Are these the ones north of the mountains?
So according to Aldrich's map, it's back southwest where they came from.
Okay.
So she mentioned it's obviously this is likely the same mines.
Okay.
So she says, so you know nothing of them?
No, I've heard that the best water in all the world exists in mines. Clean, cool, fresh.
That may have been true at some point. I mean, obviously the dwarves made it, but that was a long, long time ago. We stayed in the ruins outside of the mines, but of course we would never go into the stone loom mines.
So was your friend a dwarf, Tannis? Or was it someone like you or a lizard? I've heard that
No,
lizard.
no, it was a little girl, and we played, and she wanted me to go in the mines, but mom wouldn't let me.
That's
Oh.
a good decision. You should listen to your mom for stuff like that. Mines are dangerous.
Yeah, those moms. Sometimes the rules aren't the best, but they keep you safe and they love you. So
Yeah, you should really listen to their judgment, not be judged when you have to seek their guidance. You know,
Fine.
Aldrich
Yeah,
goes back
I
to like
get it,
stirring
though.
dinner.
I used to have a friend that I thought would play with me, and I'll tell him a story about Darna. And Darnan was a little person like me, hid in the shadows all the time. My parents said it never was true. Had a lot of fun with Darnan. How long did you play? Were they there all the time? Like Darnan only ever came out at night.
No, just at night, just the one night.
Darnan looked like didn't have like normal colored skin. Like in my head, it had like this really deep, interesting, like emerald color skin. Did your friend have normal skin?
Yeah, Momo looked just like me.
Momo just like you. Well, it's a good looking kid then.
Are you going to the mines? Will you say hi?
I mean, if we do, which we don't know yet, but if we do, I'll certainly say hi if I see your friend. I'll wink at the mom, like sideways, like from the sides.
And she's introduced herself as Darja. She says, Tannis, it's time for bed. And she steps away for a moment, kind of sets up a bedroll for him near the horse. And she comes back and she goes, are you going to the mines?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe.
We're
We're
headed that
headed
way, at
west,
least.
so maybe we'll get there.
Do you know the legends? Do you know the stories?
No,
Do tell.
I'll repeat whatever lore I do know about the mines.
Which is done.
I'm just going
I
to
think, I think all we know is what, or all any of us know is what Aldrich was told, and I don't know how much of that he's told us.
Yeah.
And we
All I got is a map.
we
the
we
fact
are
that
not
there's a sister
actually
there.
headed in that direction now, right? We were headed north and not south.
Well, in order to
No,
get
we're not.
around the mountains, you had to go north, and now if you were to follow the map, you got to head southwest at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So we
We had
were
to do
headed
kind
in
of a
that
veer
general
around.
direction,
Yep.
but we
Yep,
had to
yep,
go
yep.
around. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got misdirected.
So she explains that in the middle of the night, she packed up and left. That initially the stories that she'd heard about the stone loom mine, she didn't believe. But when her little boy, Tannis, started to see this Momo child, she knew that she did not want to be near this place at all. And what she explains to you is a few things. One, that supposedly when all of the demon portals opened, and she claims Zygerfer opened them, by the way. that he banished his family. And the rumor is that his daughter, Marga, went to the mines and hasn't been seen since. That she sought shelter from the dwarves, with the dwarves in the mines, and hasn't been seen since.
So,
And then there are rumors something in the mines not only took all the dwarves, but also took her as well.
Hmm.
So for the Aslines, they consider the Stone Loom mines a cursed place.
This bears a great degree of similarity and yet difference to what we've heard, but any information is helpful.
And the mines are abandoned now. Yeah, there's no settlement or village or anything there.
No, and to be honest, I didn't piece together where we were initially. But when I was chasing Tanis, as he was running around with his little pretend friend, that's when I saw the entrance and realized where we were.
Well, sounds like maybe we shouldn't go there then. Maybe maybe a little more northwest then. I don't really want to deal with demon haunted mines.
No, thank you. Well, like I said, we don't want to cause you any trouble here. If you head to Amber's Peak and say hi to Meridia, you can. I don't know. Maybe tell Vivi that Sten says hi. I don't know.
Of course. So as we see the night fade, everybody kind of cozies up by the fire. Osric puts up the tent. Let's go ahead and have everybody heal all your attributes back up.
As we're
Please.
Someone's
we're-
gonna keep watch, right?
I
Go
think
ahead.
someone should.
Go ahead, Stan.
At some point, before everybody gets settled in, maybe he's going to take first watch, and Sten is just going to kind of go over to Vasilla and, very quietly, do you want to talk about what happened today? Okay, it's now good.
Yeah.
Yeah, come sit with me for a little bit.
Yeah. I'll come sit with him, and I'll habitually just like gather the lyre on the way past, and I'll just like
Sure.
tune it and like strum chords, like kind of absentmindedly.
Right.
Look, the world is. Thought the mist was bad, Stan.
Yeah.
We met two nice people in the whole of our journeys in 2 weeks' time.
I mean, these two seem all right.
Well, yeah, we started with those idiots.
No, I meant the. I meant Darian Tanis.
Yeah, I mean that's true. The Aslian and the Cord seemed okay. Little silly about each other and
Yeah.
following a demon man, faceless demon man. So look what happened to them. A dragon was let loose somehow, which we got set up for. Like I didn't want to smell what a fried human body smelled like.
Yeah.
A kid's got his guts ripped apart, and then dead corpses rotted in front of us. Aldrich lost his arm. Do you know how proud that man is about being able to pound a piece of metal into anything useful? How is he supposed to swing a hammer while holding something now?
I don't know, but I bet he'll find a way.
Yeah. It just is shit. Everything is shit.
Yeah.
The whole world is shit. And we can't go home The brothers know about what's home. They know we're from there. If we show up there, he's going to raise the town and murder the children. And mom's not getting dead. Already lost a brother. Not losing my sisters too.
Well,
So push comes to shove. Do I want to stab a guy in his throat so he won't talk and sell us out? No. But
well, for what it's
mine's
worth,
getting drawn.
I think you did the right thing. It's ugly, and nobody wants to have to do it. And I could tell, seeing you afterwards, that you didn't want to do it. But I think you were strong enough to do something that none of us were ready to do. And you're right. A lot of what's going on in the world is shit, but we're doing a little bit as we can to try and make it a little less shitty.
Yeah.
And we can't do it without you. As much of a
Mm.
hard time as I give you, I want you to know that. I want you to remember me saying this, because the next time we're in front of the other two, I'm going to deny it, and I tell you you're an annoying little twerp.
Well, you know. Someone's got to try to get as old as you. I guess you know something, huh?
Pretty much. Kind of punches her on the shoulder a little bit.
Well, guess there's no more time to be a kid, huh? Hopefully there's a couple 2-3 years between me and, you know, a fossil walking around. You're not going to collapse like one of those guys from First Watch, are you?
Get off my
Like if
lawn.
we take away your bow. I mean, you're so senile you forgot your arrows, for God's sake.
All right, we've had enough. Go to bed.
Moment is over.
All right, let's go to credits. We'll be right back.
And you can't recover it till you sleep, I think. Something like that. Close to it.
Yeah, you have to sleep for a quarter day to bring it back. All right. So a couple things real quick. One, I was just came off of COVID. Still got a little bit of the foggy brain, so I was a little bit A- on this, but you guys more than picked up the slack, so I appreciate that. I'd like to know whether you guys know what's next.
Have we ever known what's
Kidding
next?
me?
I'm like, well, now we're going to the mines because we want to find
We have
out
a
what's going on
ghost
with
child
Momo.
in the mines now.
Can we-
Whatever. Fuck
Can
it.
we find a place where I can get arrows before we go to the mines, please?
Maybe this lady has arrows.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I assume you get arrows from a mine. That's you mine
Yes.
for arrows, right?
Yeah, the
That's how
arrow
that works.
mine.
It's an
of
arrow
course,
mine.
yeah.
We'll do it old school. We'll get some.
Yeah.
We'll get some flint. We'll get some sticks. Gotcha. feathers.
Now, Nate, do you remember what Marigold said about why you needed to seek out the mine?
The second stone is there, right? The second.
Yeah, there was another artifact there.
Yeah, and I think that
the
this is, I think
sister.
you guys are at a crossroads as a group here more than even
Yeah.
before, right? Because everything that she told you about that place means don't go there.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
I mean, when has that stopped us before?
right, yeah, that's so I'd be very interested to see, you know, kind of what the four of you end up doing, because I think that if you do go to the mines, then
The
I
die
think
is
the
We're
four of
cast.
all
you
in. Yeah.
yeah, the four of you have
Right.
decided, right?
I mean, if it helps, Vasilla's already decided.
Always.
I mean,
Well,
Always.
it's not like we're gonna leave her alone.
It's like no one wants to hear this story. Everyone wants to hear this story. You're
I
mistaken.
do.
All right, so let's do some real quick stars and wishes. What was the star moment for you, Jim, or the star player?
I think the star player was Dave, and I'm gonna choose the moment of the leap from out of the grass to
Oh.
tackle this wayward, person who had almost escaped, because that was just like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, Vasilla just went full Dark Sun cannibal halfling.
Which I loved, Dave. By the way, I thought
Sure.
that it
Oh my
did
God.
not it felt normal for like I believed it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was unexpected, and it was a lot of fun.
It
A lot
changed
of
the whole
fun.
scenario.
Yeah,
I'm,
it
I'm
was
glad I
really
hit all
great.
my rolls so I could pull it off. Right, I was like, this is one of those things. Like, it's nice to be like, great plan.
Nope.
And how about wishes, Jim? What are you wishing for?
Uh,
What would you like to see in the next session or two?
Oh, what would I like to see? I feel like we're gonna make our way to these mines, and I think that like Dave said, we've made a decision that we're gonna make sure that these sorts of things don't fall into the hands of these Rust brothers. So I think exploring the lore and/or some information about what these things are and what it means for us and where we can take them and what we can do with them, something like that.
How about for you, Brian? Stars and wishes. Stars first.
Oh gosh. Well, I think the star has to be Osric's, Cuisinart of death in that fight. I mean,
Those rolls.
you could not fail tonight. It was kind of obscene.
There was, there was one like 8 damage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And
Oh,
I
boy,
was like,
Osric.
and
it was the coup de grace one. Well, not coup de grace one. You just like stood up and stood on him and just.
Heart
Right.
star.
Well, it's the prone guy, right? It's like, oh,
Mhm.
you get an
Oh,
extra
that's fine.
die for that. So
because it's like I realized, I was out of arrows, and then it's like, oh no, half the party's damage is gone. No, really not.
Just a 10th.
Yeah, exactly.
The party at
there.
100% strength. All of us. The party at 99% strength. Osric.
Osric. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
How about
And,
wishes, Brian?
All right, well, stay with me here. A traveling Fletcher.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
with a surplus.
Honestly, I just I hope that we'll have it, and I think we're now far enough away from all the things that are chasing us that we can probably take it next time. Just a little time to rest and spend some XP and gather some
Yeah.
resources and get ourselves a little bit recovered, because this has been a hell of a day.
It's been relentless, that's for sure. No question. How about for you, Nate? Stars and wishes.
I mean that whole interaction between Sten and Vasilla, like I got to give it to both of them. Like, God, I was almost crying. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
Like,
that was cool.
That was a really good reflection of kind of everything that's happened up to this point. Like I don't know if I could sum up everything that's happened better than Dave did right there.
No, I think
For sure.
Vasilla has verbalized what really I think all of you have come to terms with,
Mm-hmm. It put into words the level of what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wishes.
how about, wishes.
Well, I mean, technically we haven't we left him for dead, but Heartscar, could still be alive.
In
Zombie
theory.
heart scar
We
is
never
your wish.
know. We never know.
He's gonna come back as Khan. You know,
Yeah, he's our new ultimate adversary.
Definitely
Just
casting
cemented in it.
Cumberbatch will play him.
He wants his axe back.
Multiverse Heartscar shows up. Great.
What would you like to see in the next session or two, Nate? It could be more of something or something that hasn't happened, or
I mean, I guess I'm just looking forward to seeing. I mean, presuming we go to the mines, like seeing what that brings for us, and just unfurling more of this puzzle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dave?
So I think it was Brian's like Sten little like moment of coda to the episode, right? So like it was fun. It was like a nice little like it was just I thought it was well executed, it was enjoyable, I thought it was really well done.
I
So
really
thank you.
enjoyed that.
It was a good setup and play against, and plus then I got to make fun of Sten, which is always makes a good
Really, the only
episode for
reason
me.
Dave plays this game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know, I have standards, okay?
Need to get the Sten abuse quota. For
Yeah, I was almost missed it today. My online fans would have been so disappointed.
The Discord would have blown up.
Hey, for
So
sure.
sad. And I think as far as wishes go, like I'm like, so a couple episodes ago, right, we had like the discussion around like needing hope and not being superheroes, and like I feel like the last couple episodes like really got into that, and so like it's cruising, right? It's
Yeah.
you know, like now that the tone is set and expectations are set, like it's really enjoyable, right? So, and I think there's like little bits of both sides of that still. So I'm enjoying like the desperate heroics, but in a grittier, more real world, right? And I like the I think the character exploration is good from all four of us, right? Which is
Yeah.
nice to like have enough maturity as players and maturity as a table, as well as like time in the campaign to like
Yeah.
do that, right? And it's different than Blades, where we don't have a lot of that, right? Because it's like very
Yep.
episodic and we just do our stuff. So it's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it I mean, it's no joke. We have been playing this for a while. I mean, 17 episodes at 2.5, 3 hours each. And it's fun because a lot of times you don't get a chance to play this long and with the same characters in the same world with the same people. You know, it's tough to do this. So I've been really enjoying watching it all unfold. All right.
One
Everybody
thing
knows.
I do want to
go ahead,
say, I
Brian.
really, sorry. One thing I just wanted to say that I really appreciate is that I know now with this group, we all know each other and the characters well enough and Craig well enough that one of us can do something subtle
Yes.
and we know the rest of the people
Yeah.
will get it and pick up on
Yep.
it. And I just,
Could not
I
agree
can't
more.
tell you how much I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep. Someone, we have room to explore and improvise. Like someone can,
Yep.
you know, try to trip up a Rust brother with a fishing line.
Who would
Well,
do something that crazy?
And now everybody's is invested, which I love, right? So we're
Yeah.
not only invested in your own character, but you've kind of fallen in love with the other characters. And no, I agree. It and you know, on this stream in general, I've been so lucky. Like I've yet to have a weak cast. I'm just constantly amazed at the people that have come on and played with us and just continually just knock it out of the park. So speaking of which, this coming Monday, make sure you watch the second episode of our Seventh Seas with John Wick and the people from the writers' room. We also are going to do another run at the storyteller game, The Zone, which is a card-based, fun body horror awfulness, but a really fun storytelling game. And then let's see, what else do we have coming up real quick? Let me just bring up the calendar. What is after that? So we've got The Zone, and then we've got Icons and Delta Green coming around the corner in the next couple weeks. So, you know, follow us on all the socials. That's where you get all the schedule and everything. Really enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Take care, all. Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.